This is Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing, and you are tuned into Melanin Voices. So, as you can tell from just my one voice, we don't have Michelle due to her about to be on maternity leave, going to be soon on maternity leave for baby Nova. She will not be joining us on the next few episodes just due to that fact. You know, we want her healthy and happy with baby, so she will not be joining us on our next few episodes. But we do have a special guest that's going to be stepping in for a while for Michelle, and her name is Yuna Smith, and we went to high school together as well. And go ahead, you're going to tell me a little bit about yourself, why you decided to join the cast, all that good stuff.
Hey, everybody. Like Mariah said, we went to the same high school, Montebello High School. I just graduated from college December 2016. Working retail now, trying to figure out my life. I decided to message Mariah about the podcast just because I guess I'm where a lot of people are right now and not really knowing what to do. So I think what I'm gonna do is try my hand at everything, and this was something that I wanted to try my hand at. So yeah.
All right. Well, that is perfect because we are so happy to have Yuna on the show. And yeah, let's just get into today's episode. So today's episode is going to start off with obviously Melanin Voices. No, Melanin Voice. Oh my God. Melanin Media. Y'all, we're doing this at my time at 10 a.m. and Yuna's time, she is in New Orleans, Louisiana. So we're doing this. No, Baton Rouge, right?
Yes.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so we're doing this at 11 o'clock her time, 10 a.m. my time, but we started at like 9 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. her time. So we are tired, okay? So excuse us for any misspelling words, jumbled words, whatever.
Words.
You see how tired I am? You see how tired I am? You see how tired I am? But anyways, yeah, so we're going to jump right into Melanin Media. And the first thing is Black Panther. If you have not seen Black Panther yet, I don't care. I don't feel bad. I don't care about any spoilers that we're going to have because you should have already seen it. You had a week and a half. At this point, you probably don't want to see it anyway, so you don't care about what it's talking about it. So we're going to talk about it.
No mercy.
No mercy. Don't care. So I enjoyed the movie. I loved it. I think my favorite character in this movie was, well, I love Shuri as well, but I love Killmonger, so that was my favorite character.
Yeah, I think he represented African Americans. I think I said this before. I think that there is a disconnect between like people like African Americans and then people that are like straight from Africa or who are like second generation. It just seems like they don't really. It almost seems like cultural appropriation?
Yeah.
It sometimes it seems like if we wear dashikis or whatever, they'll look at us like that's not your, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not your culture, or you don't even know why you're wearing it. You're just wearing it because it looks good. So I think that he represented us, and but I love the movie. I give it a 10 still to this day. I'll give it a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I think the movie was great. It has like a lot of stuff to break down and kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, but for the most part, I did love the movie. I think it was a beautiful movie for young kids of color to see themselves or people that look like themselves on screen. And the director of the movie, Ryan Coogler, is a beast. Like, he directed Fruitvale Station, he directed Creed, he directed this movie, and all these movies have been really big hits at the box office. And he's young as hell. He's only 31 years old. So he has so much, more craft and creative inside of him to keep going. And I don't think that this is the end for him. I definitely think this is only the beginning of his creativity. So I'm excited to see where it goes with him. And it's kind of funny that I've noticed that like every film that he's done really well at, like Creed, like I just said, Fruitvale Station, and now Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan has been in each of those films. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I heard about that they work close together all the time, and it works. Because this movie is definitely a hit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Michael B. Jordan is a phenomenal actor, and clearly Ryan Coogler is a phenomenal director and filmmaker. So, I mean, they're a good match made in heaven. So, but that was that. What was our next topic, Yuna? Oh, we wanted to talk about. What did you say, Yuna? You wanted to bring up something?
About the whole Monique Netflix situation. So, have you seen her? I guess call to us to boycott
So
Netflix
yeah, I
on
seen that a
Snapchat.
while ago. But yeah.
Yeah. So the other day, I think it was either the other day or last week. She went on the Breakfast Club and because Charlemagne called her Donkey of the Day because he felt like it's not really cultural. I mean, why do I keep saying that? It's not really culture biased because Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock got Netflix specials and they all got millions of dollars. But her thing was, they only offered her $500,000, and you know Monique, she's been in the game almost 30 years. So I personally think she was worth more than $500 million. And she brought up the fact that Amy Schumer, who is a white woman comedian, she was they were trying to give her 11 million, and she negotiated 2 more million. But when Monique went back and tried to negotiate more money, they told her sorry, they weren't even trying to negotiate with her. They told her, hopefully we could work together in the future. Sorry, sorry. So I don't know what if it's like if it's a cultural thing, if it's because she's black, or if it is because she's not. I'm gonna say relevant right now. Charlemagne brought up the fact that she hasn't done anything like 2017 like they all have, and there's something else I wanted to bring up too. So I guess there's a lot of sides to the story. There's a lot of viewpoints that you can look at it. She was talking about this. What's the movie called? This Christmas. The movie she just did like 2 years ago. Um,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Almost Christmas. So she brought up the fact that her, Danny Glover, Kimberly Lee, Gabrielle Union, all got paid under $1 million. Like their combined salary was under $1 million. So
Right.
It's like either they're paying us less because we're accepting it because we're black. So yeah. So it's like either like you could look at it as, okay, well you sound like you've been getting paid under $1 million lately. And she also talked about how she didn't get paid that much for Precious. So it's like you've been getting paid this much money, so why are you, I guess, tripping on Netflix if they're trying to give you $500,000 because they feel like that's what you're worth? But of course, definitely ask for more. Like even like in your career, they always tell you you should take whatever they're offering you, but you shouldn't, and you should request more money all the time, every time, because they're gonna try to lowball you. But I just think it's messed up how when she tried to renegotiate, they were like, nah, like no thanks, but no thanks kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like take it or leave it kind of thing, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can understand that. I can see from all sides, right? I can see from every no, not from Netflix side, but I can see it from the side. I can see from the side of people like, well, I can't really support it because you're talking to somebody who doesn't even make like close to 500,000, so I can't even fathom turning down that much money. I'm struggling to pay my light bill. That's $5. So like, I don't know, I'm $5 behind. Like, you know what I mean? And I can see from the viewpoint of like, okay, well, that is like your tax bracket. So like, this is Monique's lane. So obviously, in her lane, she's making this much. Your lane, you'd make that. You know what I mean? I can see from both sides. But what I do think is to tell us to boycott Netflix. I don't know if that was the, not gonna say smartest decision, because most of us don't even pay for our Netflix account. I know I don't. My mom would be like, okay, so you don't want to watch it this week? Okay. All right, so that's cool. You can log out. But sis, I'm going to still watch it. You know what I mean? So I can't dictate what somebody else does. So I can see from each angle. I just feel like I do understand her trying to get it out there, the word out there. Like, hey, I'm trying to not only fight for myself to get what I deserve, but I'm trying to fight for us all.
Right.
Don't have to fight as hard as I did. They can just go ahead and negotiate, and it won't even be a big deal. So
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
She was fighting for the people who came after her. You know, like Tiffany Haddish,
Right.
for example. You know, she was saying that if I keep like taking it and not saying nothing, then it's gonna keep happening. But on the business aspect of it, I guess Netflix was thinking like all these other
Black comedians,
like HBO,
networks.
like all these other networks, they're offering you around the same thing that we're offering you. So, I mean, it's not really our fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if as a business person, you're not gonna try to supersede what the next person is giving you as a business person. And I guess with Amy Schumer and Dave Chappelle, they were being offered more millions by other producing companies. So, as a business person, I guess they feel like, hey, we're gonna probably give you, you know how they do, like, oh, we'll give you $1 more than the other person. We're not going to give you millions of dollars more because that would be not a wise business.
Right. They don't think that she could bring in a revenue.
I don't know if she butthurt or if she feel like it's really like a issue.
Probably a bit of both. You never know.
I don't know.
Probably a bit of both.
To be honest,
I would feel away too. But yeah, so let us know what y'all think about the money situation. So to dibble and dabble into Twitter world, I was on there looking at Twitter and I came across Safaree. I was like, why is everybody talking about Safaree? Girl, so I guess Safaree uploaded a new Snapchat video of him fully unclothed, and now Twitter has lost their damn mind. And the topic of discussion all morning. I'm just like, wow, like we're talking about this at 2 a.m. So like, yeah, basically people are making jokes. I think one of my funniest tweets that I seen was, now we know why Nicki dealt with Safaree shenanigans for 12 years straight due to, him uploading his new video. And I just think that it's so funny. Black Twitter can always make a big joke out of everything. Last week he was corny. This week he's a man. So it's crazy.
You know what? That's crazy because when I seen it, I was like, he ain't all that bad looking.
See, shut up, stupid. Shut up. No, aside from that, Safaree is not an ugly looking guy. I think the fact that
he played too much. Like,
his dramatics and how extra he is can make him look less mature. Yeah, for sure. That's why we're always like he's corny, but like girls is like, wait, he's corny, but he fine. So that's what it was. I was like, whatever. So I just thought that I should bring that up. Like, wow, we are a mess. Black Twitter being us. But anyways,
a lot of like sex tape scandalous kind of stuff is coming out.
Yeah, with the whole Black China thing and stuff, it's just been crazy.
Yeah. How do you feel about that Black China thing?
Listen, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You know what? I will say this. That does suck that was leaked. Because I personally, I know people are saying she did that on purpose. I really personally don't think that she released it herself. I really, 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 really don't. I really, really don't think she released it herself. I truly don't think so. It's just unfortunate that it happened. And I think the worst part about the situation is when it happened, they were like attacking her in all her photos. Even pictures of her kids, they were like just saying rude, spiteful stuff. And I'm like, those are kids though,
Yeah.
And speaking of kids, let's talk about how a hater, I hate when people say fan versus celebrity. Like, how is that a fan when they're talking down on the person? I don't think that's a fan. I think that's a hater. But somebody said something. Tiny was holding, Tiny and Toya are very close that we see. We don't know them personally, but from we seen in the media and what they display, that they're two people that are very close. Tiny being, T.I.'s wife, and Toya being Lil Wayne's baby mom, and Reginae mother. She just had a daughter called Rain, and she's so cute. And I know that somebody in the comments said that the baby was ugly as hell, and I just went on. Yeah, they commented some really bad things. So Reginae responded like, you're a sick person if you talk about babies and all this stuff. I want to talk about that. Like, I just feel like as a people, we can be very judgmental of people's kids. That I've noticed that. Like, I remember I went onto Facebook a while back, and I was like defending Blue Ivy. Some people was like, okay, you're right. Other people were like, nah, she's ugly. Who cares? If the baby's ugly, the baby's ugly. But I'm just like, but they're a kid though. So like, to all said and done, you sound very ignorant and stupid to talk down on a child because they're a child. So what does this newborn baby do to you that you have to call it ugly and it's disgusting looking or whatever you have to say negative about a child? I think it's just wrong in all ends. You can feel however you feel about how a child looks. You don't have to bash the child. So
I think it's just we live in the day and age of social media, and before people could talk about how ugly a baby is to their friends or their family members, but it's like it's out now, you know, and it could easily reach a child, and that's bullying. Like it could easily reach a child when the child gets older. They may look at this and be like, you know, people feel like I was an ugly baby. People probably going. I just think it's,
and it's just crazy to me because on the same token, on the same token, they talk about how just I can't talk. Okay, so basically on the same token, what I'm trying to say is, y'all, the computer will do something crazy. I'm looking at the computer like, what is what's going on? But on the same token, they're just talking about how, well, not they. I would say people comment on how celebrities are slow to show their children. Like Sierra took a while to show her new baby girl, and they were talking stuff like, oh, she finally remembered that she got another kid. Like, I think that she was hesitant to show her child because people like y'all. She wasn't like unleash her baby on people like y'all. That's why Beyonce has yet to show her children. That's why Lauren London has yet to ever show her kids. She has 2 sons, if you didn't know, and she has yet to show either one of her sons to the public because people are very, very hypocritical and very disgusting. Really,
I could believe that because when Drea from Basketball Wives had her new baby, she was like, you know, the reason I haven't showed my baby is because he's still growing into his face. And people don't understand when babies come out, they look like monkeys. Like they look like little baby monkeys. They're hairy. They're wet. Like it's just it's a thing of like evolution. Like it's how the baby's gonna look, and it's messed up that people have to hide their children or not put them out there because they don't want their children to be, I guess, a product of bullying.
yeah, I feel you. I don't know if maybe monkeys, but like they're slow to develop, and I honestly feel like
you don't look like little monkeys. You
shut up.
me.
We're moving on. We're moving on. So we're moving on. Let's go ahead and jump into the hotline topic of the week. So I took this quiz at work, and I thought it was very interesting to discuss it today on today's show. And I made Michelle and Yuna take it as well. And me and Yuna are so closely compared, and Michelle's not. So I really wanted Michelle to be on here, but me and Yuna are basically freaking twins. So I wanted Michelle to be on here because she's like the opposite of both of us. Like it's crazy. We looked at each other's results like, Michelle, are you? What's going on?
Don't care about
she was like, I don't give a damn. I'm a realist. Okay, I'm a realist. But yeah, so basically, the self-sabotage quiz that I am talking about. Let me go ahead and kind of break it down for you guys. So the quiz itself was made by Sharad Chazim. I hope that I'm saying his name correctly because I probably most likely am mispronouncing it. I do apologize. I know that he is a writer, but not also a writer, a psychologist as well, and created this test that basically helps you self-assess yourself and just helps you tackle the challenges that you have with being a self-saboteur of yourself. That includes, being a stickler, a pleaser, all those things. And me and you are going to share our results and kind of speak to you guys about which ones that we are. So don't go hard on us too, y'all. Too bad, y'all. But basically, me and you are pretty much the same. My highest score was pleaser, and pleaser means I'll read that for you guys know what the heck is a pleaser. Pleaser means, description of that is, indirectly tries to gain acceptance and affection by helping, pleasing, rescuing, or flattering others. Loses sight of own needs and becomes resentful as a result. And I was a 9 in pleaser. So basically, all these, they just rank you from highest to lowest. Mine was a 9, so that was my highest one. What was yours?
I rank 10.
You think that's true?
10 is pleasing. I don't know what it is. It's just a part of me. I think I always try to. From my perspective, I always try to take care of and look out for other people before I take care and look out for myself. Um, Sometimes it's not a good thing people say, but it is what it is. You know?
No, I feel you, and I mean that's true. Like that's true. I do the same thing. I feel like many times I want to help people so bad that I feel like after I help them and they're not grateful for it, then I become really resentful of that person. Like, how could you not be thankful for what I just did for you? You know what I mean? And I feel like I did it out of the kindness of my heart. So if you aren't appreciative, that makes me really resentful of you, like you're a bad person.
Yeah, I can agree. It sounds bad. This is gonna sound really bad. Don't judge me. But like when I do something like that, I feel like is extremely nice for somebody, and they don't say thank you. I feel like off. Like I'm never doing that. Like I feel like that. I mean I don't. It's probably wrong. I shouldn't be a Indian giver. I think it's called. But it's. I think it's a natural thing. Like I'm not doing for you to say thank you, but the least you could do is say thank you.
No, for real. I mean, one of the feelings that they wrote down here was, you feel resentful or taken for granted. So that's the thing. We just talked about that. So, yep, I think that's true. The second one was, what was the second one? Oh, well, that was the first one. That was the second one. The first one was stickler. Do you think that you're a stickler? I ranked number 7 in stickler. What you rank?
4. Perfect. Okay, this is the perfection. The description is perfectionism and a need for order and organization taken too far. If you see my room, you know that I'm not organized at all. I'm not punctual ever. Like even if it's 30 seconds late, I'm always late. Like all the time. I don't know. I'm more of a I'm not gonna try too hard, but then when at the end of it, when the results aren't like good, then I'll like beat myself up about it. But I'm not that.
That's crazy. Because mine is higher, obviously, by like 3 points, and I feel as though that's kind of. I think that's kind of true of me. I used to always be late. Now I'm making more of an effort to be on time. Whereas in the past, I'd be like, I gonna get there when I get there. So fuck it. I don't care. But now I'm like, no, I gotta get there on time. Like now I'm making an effort to be 10 to 15 minutes early. And I know that's people are like, what? Mariah, you lying. Because the Mariah they know would be like always late, just arriving right on time, like rushing in. Now I'm like, let me try to get there on time. And yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that we differ in. Our next one was hypervigilant, and hypervigilance description is dependent on constant performance and achievement for self-respect and self-validation, highly focused on external success, leading to sustainable workaholic tendencies and loss of touch with deeper emotions and relationship needs. And my hypervigilant was a 7. So I'm not super hypervigilant, but I'm kind of there.
I ranked a 9.5.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you're a high pleaser but a high hypervigilant too. That's really interesting.
So let's see. I'm gonna read the feelings part of it. So this is okay. I gotta open it back up. Hold on. Okay. So the feelings part of hypervigilant, skeptical, even cynical, often anxious and highly vigilant. If you, I'll go into the characteristics as well. Always anxious with chronic doubts about self and others, extraordinarily sensitive to danger signals, constant expectation of mishap or danger, suspicious of what others are up to, people mess up, might seek reassurance and guidance in procedures, rules, authorities, institutions. So I always am aware of like dangerous situations, and I always question people's motives. One of my close friends, she tells me that I push her away because I never feel like, okay, like for instance, I'm gonna bring up a story. Sorry, friend, I ain't actually if it was okay, but I'm bringing it up anyway. So Mardi Gras this year, it's something that me and my cousin always do together. But last year my cousin passed away, and it was like a big blow to everybody. So me and one of her best friends got real close because we didn't have that person anymore. So we kind of tried to become that person for each other. So this Mardi Gras came, and I was with my dad and my sister the whole time. And she was reaching out to me like, what are you doing? You know, where are you? Blah, blah. And I'm thinking like maybe she just want to know where I am. But the whole time she was trying to see me because it's a holiday. And we try to spend holidays together now because we don't have my cousin. So when we talked about it, I was like, I really didn't think you cared that much. And she was like, why do you do that? Like, why do you think like that? And I'm just like, I don't know. I never think anybody cares that much, to be honest.
You know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, don't pity. I don't know.
She's like, don't pity me, bitch. I
don't know. That's just how I am. I don't know.
I hear you. I can agree with that too, because as far as like driving, I'm super anxious. Like,
oh yeah, especially driving.
Like, I was in the car yesterday, and the person I was in the car with, was like, "Why are you always so tense? Like, why are you always just tense? Like, you just like I don't be grabbing the wheel. Like, I drive with one hand. I'm that person." But I get mad at everybody else on the road. I'm like, why are you moving? Why are you putting your blinker on? I hate driving. And it's like, I don't have road rage. I don't go fast. Yeah, but my dad just looked at me and said, yeah, you do. My dad was like, yeah, you do. Stop lying. But I really don't go fast. What I do, though, I try to get over because I think everybody's going to try to hit me. I feel like everybody drives crazy, and I feel like I don't want to be a part of it. Like, I don't. Okay, you can stop laughing. You're in my segment. My dad just laughing about that. But basically, yeah. Yeah, so I just feel everybody's gonna try to hit me, so I like try to get out the way fast. I get upset when you don't put on your blinker. It makes me so upset because I'm like, I drive with precaution. I put on my blinker. I don't go hella fast. Like if I'm going, say we're on the highway, we're doing 65. If I'm going 80 miles in the 65 and you're on my bumper, I get mad because I'm like, I'm trying to please. That's not please a piece because I'm trying to please you, and here you are pissing me off. So I get real upset. So I'm like, you know what? I hate driving. Do not act. But then again, I'm a control freak, kind of. That's where my stickler piece comes out. I'm a control freak a little bit. So I hate other people driving me too. Like, I don't want you to drive me, but I don't want to drive. It's really messed up. Like, it's really stupid. So it's scary.
When I get in the car with other people, I'm so tense. Like, some people, I know a couple people that drive like real fast. So I have to like look down at my phone the whole time because if I'm looking up, I'm gonna be like trying to stop the car with have you ever
false little pretend brakes on the passenger side, kicking the floor.
So I feel you, and they're just so, I'm gonna say careless. Maybe they're not careless, but it's like you're being so careless. Like, stop driving. I'm the same way.
Yeah. See, you get it. You freaking get it. The next one was restless. Was it? Yeah, it was restless. See, they're not in order on the list, but they're in order on our chart a weird way. So restless, the description for restless was constantly in search of greater excitement in the next activity or constant busyness, rarely at peace or content with the current activity. Characteristics of a restless person are easily distracted and can get too scattered, stays busy, juggling many different tasks and plans, seeks excitement and variety, not comfort or safety. And my restless rate was 6. I can kind of see that. I'm always busy. People will be like, "What you doing this week?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I'm going to go to my friend's house to keep her company. Then I'm going to go film my podcast. And after I film my podcast, I got to edit and upload my podcast. After I do that, then I'm go wash my car. After I wash my car, then I'm to go help my dad out. And I'm like, not much really though. And they'd be like, "What?" Like, you're doing a lot this weekend. I was like, no, I'm not. That's nothing. They're like, girl, you're doing too much. So I can see how that is a 6 for me. But then on the other flip side of that, I'm like, I need to rest. Like, I'm a person that I got to recharge before I come out. Like, if you try to hang out with me on Saturday and it's Friday at 5 o'clock, you're like, you got plans tomorrow for Saturday? Yes, I do. I'm sleeping because you should ask me a week prior to. So I'm also that person too.
I got a 7.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know how.
You don't feel like you're always busy?
No.
Okay, that's what said. Easy distracted to scattered. Do you ever wonder what is next?
With my life right now, yeah, because I just, graduated and I'm trying to. Okay, this I can. All right, let me tell you. So, I'm in this space. Like, I want 5 kids. I want to be married. I want to be a housewife. Like, I want all these things like today. So, people are always like, "How old?" The next question they always ask me is, "How old are you?" And I'm like, 23, and they're like, basically they're like, sit down, like have a seat, like you're trying to rush life, I guess, and not enjoy this part of it. I don't
right know. No, I absolutely understand. You need to like be in the moment.
Right.
I agree. Also, it's so hard because it's like, yeah, you want to be in the moment because you want to be at peace, and I feel like if you're always looking into the future, you're always too worried. But if you're always stuck in the current, then you're not working on your future, and then when you get to the future, it's like not. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Life is hard.
Life is gosh damn hard. But yeah, so to get into those, hold on, let me see. To get into those, so they actually tell you how this happened in your childhood. So I want to go back to pleaser and how it said, how did we get into our childhood? It is fed by 2 original assumptions that are picked up in childhood. We're on pleaser now, y'all. 1, I must put others' needs ahead of my own. 2, I must give love and affection in order to get any back, and I must earn it and not simply feel worthy of being loved. Is that true? Did that happen in childhood? Did you ever feel like that in your childhood? Like I have to give love and affection to get it back, or I have to put other needs before my own?
Needs before my own, yes. I definitely feel like I'll give somebody my last. Or like if I just went to the store specifically for this one item and I get back home and you're like, can I have some? I'll just be like, you can have it. Just have it. Yeah. And I hate people who are the opposite. Like, dang, you can't eat of it. Like, oh my God. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a pleaser, but like, hey, ask me what you want. I will go buy you one. Like, if I'm dating and my dude tries to get my chips, I will literally go Hulk. I don't touch my shit. I will go crazy. I will be like, nigga, I will buy you your own bag of chips. Just don't touch mine. I would get to the same identical bag of me, but like, don't touch it at all. So right. I would share. Like, I'm not that person to be like, oh, you want some? That's a dub. But if you're like, hey, you going to the store to get some Cheetos? Give me some too. I will literally get you some too.
I guess that's where we differ.
But yeah, that's me. Like I would get you some too. Like I'm not that person that's like, I'm gonna get you none. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna get you some. It's just your own.
Yeah, see, I'm not finna go back out. I could just give you what I got. It's fine. I'll eat something else.
Wow.
I only wanted like 2 chips anyway, so you could just have the rest of the bag. That's fine.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's fair. But yeah. That was it, guys. Well, we have a lot more like parts of the test, but I guess we'll stop it. But for the most part, that's it. Oh no, let's go to the part about judging, because it shows you like how you judge yourself. Like, how do you judge your own self? How do you judge others? In judging self, I scored a 13. What did you score in judge self? It's like below. What is it? It's below avoider. It's underneath that. I was judge self. I was 13. Yeah. It's like underneath the little circle.
It has a number by it too. Judge self, I got 15.
Yeah, and I got 13. So we're pretty evenly ranked a little bit there. Basically what it says is there's actually an advantage in this. Most people have high self-judgment but are not even aware of it. Your awareness of your self-judgment makes it easier to intercept and weaken your judge. A visible enemy is easier to fight than a hidden one. So basically it's saying it's good that you judge yourself, but don't judge yourself too much. That's basically what it's saying.
Yeah. I guess it goes back to that thing, like, you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
Like if you are, let's say you're at a speaking engagement and you're speaking to people, no one really knows where you mess up at unless you make it known. Like, oh, sorry guys, I just messed up. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what you prepared. They don't know what your speech looks like. Only you know.
Right.
So I guess that's why it's so easy to be a critic of yourself.
Absolutely. Judging others, though, was way lower for me. I don't really judge people that much. I was a 5 in judging others.
Now, see, okay, so...
yeah, what?
I got a 14.
Oh, judge, yes. I can't.
It says, you have scored yourself as high in judging others. There's actually an advantage to this. Most people have higher judgment of others than they are consciously aware of. Your awareness of your judgment of others makes it easy to intercept and weaken your judge. Invisible is easier to fight than a hidden one. So I am very aware that I judge people. Like, sometimes I try to catch myself and be like, okay, since it's so easy for you to find something wrong with somebody, let's try to find 3 things right about, not necessarily right, but let's just try to find 3 good things about this person. Right. So I am very aware that I can't, what you want me to do?
Okay, mine was low, but it said, this might be an accurate assessment, especially if you have actively worked on intercepting and discrediting a tendency to judge others, which I have. So I've noticed I was judgy. Now I'm like a little bit laid back. However, it's also quite possible that your level of judging others is higher, but is well disguised under the pretense of tough love or being objective or responsible. As a test, let's think of things this way. How often do you get upset or disappointed with others? Who in your life do you have significant conflict with? Sustained conflict is impossible without judgment to both sides. And I do get pretty disappointed with others in my life that I'm close with.
Yeah, I do too. I turn into mom. I can see myself get into mommy mode when I see my friends doing stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is like? Why would you what is wrong with you? Why would you not pay this bill on time, or why would you buy this piece of clothing instead of paying this bill or something like that? Like I'll turn. Right. I try not to, but it's like I probably don't say it out loud, but in my mind I'm like, I know you lying.
Shut up. Yeah, no, you're right though. That's right. Absolutely. But that was it, you guys. I really feel like everybody should do the self-sabotage quiz. It was really insightful. Like, I feel like I know more about Yuna and Michelle, or if I feel like I already knew it, then I know why they're that way.
How can people find this?
People can find that. Let me look up the I can put it in. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the link of our like I said, his name is Sharad Chazim. If you Google his name, ShiradChamine. I'm going to put the link in our description so you can just click on it. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can click on it. Our SoundCloud, you click on it. Our podcast app, I'm not sure if you can click on the link, or maybe you can, but I will put his name there so you can find him easily. But yeah, I think you all should do it. It's a really cool thing to do with loved ones, close friends, you know. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I went to for Snap.com I asked people, and I feel like their answers were kind of on the notion of, when I said self-sabotage, they were thinking like, how do they not only sabotage? I think the people that responded were thinking of how they sabotage other people, and that wasn't it. It was more so how you are sabotaging yourself and how you feel internally. So it wasn't necessarily how you interfere with everybody else's life. It was how you sabotage your own self. But I will read the responses because I asked. I think my one of my responses was from Jada, and I'm going to read this sabotage response anyway because I asked. And this one was from Jada. Her I'm sorry. I'm not doing Snapchat anymore because I hate Snapchat. I'm doing Instagram. So Instagram combos is Jada, Jada, Wada, Boyd. Her Instagram response to me was, I don't really feel like I self-sabotage, but I do feel like I am extremely hard on myself, which is kind of what we were talking about, when I do something I don't like. I'm harder on myself than anyone ever could be. Sometimes I need to be nicer and let myself live. Haha, also your hair is gorgeous.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of what we're getting at, is how we're hard on ourselves and how we can kind of like lessen that, or like by realizing it, we can work on it basically. And I'm just trying to get back to these things because it's been 2 weeks that I asked these questions, y'all. So I'm trying to go to my inbox.
Why you hate Snapchat?
First of all, I don't like the new layout of Snapchat. I'm sorry, y'all. It's trash. Snapchat is trash. I don't care. Like, cut the shit, Snapchat. Go back to the old Snapchat. It was better. It was better. I liked it. Better than I do now. So I'm good. Maybe I might go back to Snapchat. I mean, the filters are lit. Instagram filters are not as great. So, I mean, there's some good things about Snapchat. I'm not going to lie and sit up here and lie. They did pave the way for the Instagram stories to be created. But what I will say is I do think that they can take into consideration that some people have not adjusted well to the new layout. But you know what? I mean, I get it. It's a company. They like the new layout. They're trying to move with the times. They feel like this is more a more modern look. So they're like, y'all don't like it, but y'all don't get to like it. So I get it. I just haven't gotten over the fact that they changed it. It's annoying kind of, but I mean, people still want it, still using it, so obviously it must be good to somebody.
I agree with you. I think the layout is
trash.
Stupid. Like, it was for the first week, I couldn't figure it out, but I just love Snapchat so much. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, or if we're friends on Facebook, you'll never see me because I'm always on Snapchat.
I can agree to that. Like, you're never on Instagram like that. Like, maybe every once in a blue moon, and you may be on Instagram, but you're not posting. You're like commenting or something or like it.
Yeah, I'm lurking.
Right. So I can agree to that. Most people like Snapchat just because it's like, I feel like there's less visibility. Only people that you really want to follow you. Could you give out your Snapchat to people you really want to? I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So I can understand for that reason. I feel like you can say whatever you really want on Snapchat versus like Instagram is kind of more filtered, or more so like they're just highlighting not me, but there is a tendency to highlight the highlights of your life on your stories. But anyways, that's it for Snapchat combos this week, you guys. Thank you for participating. I might get back to Instagram combos. I might get back to Snapchat soon. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for this week, you guys. Thanks for staying in. I don't think I have a Black Business of the Week. Did you have one you wanted to highlight?
Oh shoot, I got a list of them, but
okay, yeah, talk about
one. I'm trying to find this business card that I have. It's in my purse. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So while she gets that, y'all.
Okay, not too funny. Okay, so one of my coworkers started a business. It's Beyond the Hill Events. Beyond, BEYOND, the hill, like up the hill, events. So she is a wedding / event planner.
Oh, nice.
Hill, phone number 225-235-0538. The email is beyondthehillevents@gmail.com. I sometimes help her with her events, and they are pretty lit. So check that out if you have a wedding coming up. She's an awesome wedding planner. If you have a baby shower, company event, any event you need, hit her up.
Yes, hit her up, y'all. Put our people on, because as you've seen when we, help our people out, high box ratings. Black Panther got all those ratings in such a short period of time. Like, and the other ones didn't get as much. They grossed $576 million this past week, and that's perfect. So if we can help our people, why not? So go ahead, hit her up. We will put her contact information in the description as always, so you can find the Black Women's if you're at Baton Rouge. Does she help out with other cities as well, or she just kind of helping out with people in Baton Rouge?
I'm sure for a small fee, she'll come.
For a small fee, she can do that too. So if you look at her, work and you like what she does, I'm sure you can hit her up and contact her and see if there's anything that she can do if you don't live in Baton Rouge or in the Louisiana area. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it. And you will be hearing Yuna for weeks to come because Baby Nova will be here very shortly, you all. So extending love and health towards Michelle so she can have a great, easy pregnancy for her first baby. And yeah, thank you for joining us, Yuna, today.
Oh, no problem. See you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.